Hi folks, long time no see. It's 5:05 p.m. Thursday, May 22, 2025. And it got hot today. It was 102. It's cooling off a little bit now. And it's supposed to be this way for another day or two. Um, I'm a little bit behind schedule regarding my takeoff date. It's just more complicated than I anticipated. Minor things, nothing major, but things I have to take care of first. Um, but everything's coming along. It's still got some things, issues with the van, but it's nothing that'll stop me. Once I decide to go, there's nothing stopping me from going. And I think what I've done is come up with an alternative path. Uh, California is the goal, but I've got to consider my options with that. Uh, about a week ago, they announced some earthquakes, small tremors happening in Southern California, and they were predicting real quick another big earthquake down there. And the fires are not. This is fire season starting up again, and so anyway, um, I have been looking at going just straight north from here up to Prescott. Now it's not pronounced Prescott, even though it is spelled Prescott. It's pronounced Prescott, and then to Flagstaff, maybe. Running through there is Highway 40, east and west, and I can then, if I want to, I can catch that and go west to California. That will bypass Route 66, but that's nice. But Route 66, I'm not going to let that determine everything about this. I've got to get out of here. It's getting hot. I could be in Prescott within 3 hours, so I could just jump on my pony and be in cooler weather in 3 hours. I just, I'm not that way. I need to plan a little bit better than that. So, as these issues that I have with not leaving get resolved, there'll be a point in which I just say, hey, that's it. I don't care about the rest. I'm leaving. Now it's too hot. Because I'm thinking I want to stop on the way to Prescott. And I don't want to stop if it's going to be 103 degrees. So I'm thinking in a couple days, when it cools off just a little bit, I should just go ahead and do that. Pull the trigger and get out of here, regardless of the consequences. Oh, and the things are taking care of themselves. It's still just a holy crap. Anyway, it's not enough to hold me back. The rent and everything I can take care of whenever I feel like it for the next 6 months. I can shut off all the power to my Airstream and deal with this park. The only other thing I have to deal with is if they come up with another electricity bill for the minimal amount that because I just paid it. Now I'm using a couple watt hours until I leave, and I don't know how that's gonna. It doesn't matter. I will do what I have to do to deal with that. Um, and of course, I can't get the check engine light to come on again. I know that it needs a new thermostat because I've monitored it, the temperature. And the temperature profile just continues to increase as the engine runs with no indication of that thermostat opening and closing. When you start it, it's supposed to be closed, and it's supposed to heat up the engine to 200, 210 degrees, and then that thing opens up, and then the temperature stops rising, maybe even falls a bit, and then it rises and falls above that point. But this thing, it just rises up to 215 and without hesitation. Eventually it gets up there, but it takes a long time. But anyhow, I'm going to have to deal with that on the road. I can't change it myself. And it'll be a simple thing to make an appointment somewhere, wherever I'm at, Prescott, Flagstaff, California, just to change the thermostat. Shouldn't take them but a couple hours and have it done with while I'm on the road. It's not going to do any harm. I don't believe it's not going to do any harm to the engine to be running too cool. It's not as if I'm going to be driving at 100 miles an hour with the engine cold. The most I will do is 70 miles an hour with the engine relatively cool, cooler than it should be. Because after I pick up speed and the wind blows through, that keeps the temperature down, especially with the thermostat open. So it's not as if it's a overheating, it's an overcooling. Okay. Boy, the refrigerator's working hard in this thing. In this 102 degrees. It's still freezing, but because it doesn't have a whole lot of airflow over the coils, the coils are getting hot, blowing real hot down there. I don't have a fan to help circulate that hot exhaust from the refrigerator. And that part I'm still working on, because the van has these rear quarter panel vents, window vents. You open those up and it cracks the windows and lets air flow out when you're driving, but when you're not driving, there's no forced air. So I'm working on putting electric fans to help blow that air, exhaust that heat out of the whole rear end of this thing, or at least let it flow through a little bit better when I have things closed. Right now I have it open. There's a breeze. It's a hot breeze, but at least that breeze is cooler than the exhaust on that refrigerator. I'm just hoping I don't break it, because I think the identical unit that I have inside the Airstream It's broken. I it cools, and I just can't figure out what is doing. Everything about it says this thing isn't working, but the food is cool. It's cold enough to keep the food fresh, and I don't know how that is happening. It should be broken and just not working at all, but I, uh, I'll take what I get. You know what I'm saying? At this point. Um, so the bottom line is, I have got to get my tail in gear and hit the road. Um, I still need to order, and that this may be the next loop. If I go up north and spend a week, and then come back and spend a week, while I'm here, I can order a few more things that I need, and then take off again, and do that periodically until I just stop coming back. I think is what I need to do. Um, because I can, so far, deal with the heat while staying in the Airstream. That air conditioner is working. It doesn't cool down like a real good air conditioner does, but it makes it livable. I can stay in there for the hottest parts of the day. And like now, I'm out here in the shade. It's probably, I'm just guessing here, 95 degrees. It's cooling down. But, yeah. Anyhow, I'm a little self-conscious sitting in this chair. I've been watching my own videos. And when I sit in this chair, you know, I do just like that. And that just accentuates this. And it's not as bad as it looks. If you sit up straight, square, you know, this can disappear a little bit. Now, I'm still overweight, but I'm losing weight. Getting, my health is going in the right direction. Although my age is not. I'm still getting older, but can't do anything about that. Well, you could, but that's not a good option. So, very few people in the park. Nobody is, as far as I can tell, is driving around looking for trouble. There are a few people that just seem a little bit odd to me. The regulars who just drive around in circles and eyeball and everything. But that's just their life. That's all they got to do. So, that's probably getting on to be just about all I can come up with. Starlink is working good. The battery bank here is working good. Solar panels in my van are working good. Electrical system's working good. Going to add some more fans, like I said before, for the window vents. What do they call those? Wing vents or whatever. The van gets 24 miles per gallon, best circumstances, and a little bit less than that, but not a whole lot less no matter what I do. So I can depend on that, having some good gas mileage as I go. The van has a pretty small tank though. It's only got it's I don't know how much it is. 20-gallon tank, I was going to say. But I'll have to deal with that. Don't have enough water storage yet. I got a handle on it. I know what to do next time I come back here. I think I'll order a 15-gallon tank to put in the passenger seat. That will also help balance out the weight. I think I'm a little bit driver's side heavy with me sitting over there with nobody in the passenger seat. And if I get a 15-gallon tank of water in the passenger seat, that'll be 124 pounds to help offset that. And I bought some MREs to put in there. I'm still debating the wisdom of that. MREs don't require refrigeration, but they can't get hot. So I've got them in the bottom of my cooler. And it sits on top of the freezer. And I've taken the top off the freezer so that some of that coolness can keep that cooler a little bit cooler than it would be otherwise. And that's kind of working. But I'm not sure how really advantageous that is to do that. Those MREs are expensive, and they're kind of like an emergency backup if they last. If they don't last, then it doesn't make any sense to have your emergency backup unreliable. So we'll see how it goes. It was only one order. It's not as if I'm filling it up, because I still need that cooler for when I'm out on the road and I have to put in produce and whatnot into that. It has to be good enough to keep the produce fresh. And if that, anyway, I will work all that. The main thing, my concern is the heat. Because 102 for this time of year is way too hot. It should not be anywhere near 102 for days at a time. So, if that's happening, I'm pretty well set to go. Leaving the Airstream here just to cook. It's got to happen. I've depleted my long-term food storage in the Airstream pretty good. I got a little bit more I can do, so I don't leave food in there all summer. Even so that when I come back, I'll have to use that up, all of it, no matter what. Best I can do is just keep on saving, go north to avoid the heat, visit California if I can, and I hope I didn't mislead anybody about California. I truly want that to happen. I still want it, but it may not happen. There are just so many things like I look at the voter registration for Arizona is like maybe, I don't know, 5 million or something like that. California is like 26 million. The place is so overpopulated, There are cities that are in dire straits with homeless people, and the culture is questionable, and I don't know that I would be comfortable there. I do need to go investigate them, but I don't have to go there right away. My number one concern is avoiding the heat, getting out of the heat. So now that's what I'm going to close this and see what's going on here.